What are the top 3 mistakes companies make when implementing an HR system?
That's such a great question. One of the biggest conversations I end up having with HR implementations or even optimizations is really taking the time to rebuild your data architecture. Everybody uses that phrase, good data in, good data out, bad data in, bad data out, but vendors are just going to translate what you have. And a lot of people don't think through really rebuilding that data architecture as part of implementation. And similarly, they don't usually plan for what to do with historical data. We think about bringing over everything, but we're not bringing over everything as part of implementation. And the last piece I say is the user experience, specifically for employees and supervisors. All of these systems, yes, are so intuitive and easy to use, but in changing to an automated process, we have to give them instructions on what to do with all of those electronic activities. So building workflows is not enough.
Those are great. I've seen them on just about every implementation, so those are good ones. Why should companies hire an external consultant to help with implementations, even if it's just in an advisory capacity?
It is so hard to think differently about a future state when so much of our context is for how things are done currently, even when we know that it doesn't work. And if we're trying to solve bigger problems, there are going to be internal changes that fall outside of a systems implementation, like policy changes, expectation changes, and having support to manage that is really critical. Having someone to help translate between client language and vendor language makes things go much more smoothly.
And I also think we can't expect every internal HR person to have implementation experience and be able to manage it with their day-to-day work that they're also trying to navigate.
Absolutely.
What are the biggest aha moments clients have when going through an HRIS engagement?
One of the big aha moments that I have my clients experience a lot is really understanding that there are so many different and better ways to do things that aren't just about process and aren't just about technology, but taking a totally new approach to how we might calculate something or a particular policy, or what are our expectations for employees and supervisors. And sometimes it's less complex to change the expectation than it is to try to configure around how we've been doing it.
I love those. I think implementations are a really great opportunity and time to take a step back and reevaluate how you're looking at everything and really what your expectations are, but what the outcomes are that you want to get out of the system and how that can be more efficient. I think our consultants and our HRIS experts have been through so many implementations that they also come with, the battle scars and best practices of what to do and what not to do, so that we can really help companies be way more efficient just in their implementation from those lessons learned. Elaina, what is your favorite thing about working on HRIS projects?
Oh, this one's so easy. My favorite thing is the ability to manage big picture strategy and change while also diving really deep into a configuration validation spreadsheet or an employee census to be able to remap for data conversion. I love being able to be in all of the details and the weeds, as well as being able to drive real strategic change as well as change management through these projects.
I can tell you love what you do. Thanks for joining us on Ask an Expert.